Hey everyone, and welcome to Before You Buy Quick Tips. Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. We've all seen those beautiful houses on TV, but before you fall head over heels, it's important to take a step back and really see the potential problems that might be lurking beneath the surface. Think of it like this. You wouldn't buy a vintage truck without kicking the tires and checking under the hood, right? Well, a house is the same way. It's got a lot of moving parts, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and you want to make sure those are in tip-top shape. We're going to be walking through the essential things you need to check before you buy a home. And trust me, these tips could save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of headaches down the road. So, are you ready to dive in? Let's get started. Alright y'all, let's talk HVAC. This is one of those things that often gets overlooked, but trust me, a well-functioning HVAC system is crucial, especially here in Texas where those summers can be brutal. Now you're going to want to find out the age of the system. Just like that vintage truck, older models might require a little more TLC and could be on their last legs. And speaking of TLC, be sure to ask for the maintenance records. Regular servicing can extend the life of an HVAC system, so seeing those records gives you peace of mind that the previous owners took good care of it. And finally, don't be afraid to ask your inspector if they recommend having a professional HVAC technician come in for a more thorough evaluation. Okay, next up, let's head up to the roof because a solid roof over your head is non-negotiable. Now, the age of the roof is a biggie. Asphalt shingles, which are pretty common, usually last about 15 to 20 years. So, if the roof is nearing the end of its lifespan, you're looking at a major expense down the road. While you're up there, and be careful, look for any missing or damaged shingles. These are like little red flags that could indicate leaks or potential problems. Remember, a well-maintained roof will protect your investment for years to come, so don't skimp on this part of the inspection. Now let's talk foundation. This is literally the base of your home, so you want to make sure it's solid and problem-free. Start by walking around the exterior of the house and looking for any cracks in the foundation. Hairline cracks might not be a huge deal, but larger cracks, especially those that are horizontal or stair-stepping, could be a sign of more serious structural issues. And while you're outside, look for any signs of settling. Ensure that downspouts are running away from the home and have a proper slope. Also, keep an eye out for any pooling or ponding around the home, as this can indicate drainage issues. This could show up as doors or windows that stick, uneven floors, or gaps between the walls and ceilings. Remember, foundation repairs can be costly and complex, so it's best to identify any potential problems early on. Alright, let's dive into the plumbing, because the last thing you want is a leaky faucet turning into a major headache. Now, you'll want to check the water pressure. Turn on the faucets and flush the toilets to see how strong the flow is. Low water pressure could be a sign of a problem with the pipes or the water main. While you're at it, look under sinks and around toilets for any signs of leaks or water damage. Don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty. Feel around for any dampness or discoloration. If you're not sure about the condition of the plumbing, it's always a good idea to have a licensed plumber come in and take a look. Okay, let's shed some light on the electrical system. You want to make sure it's up to code and can handle all your modern-day appliances. First things first, check the electrical panel. Make sure the breakers aren't tripped and that there's no visible damage or corrosion. Next, test the outlets and light switches throughout the house to make sure they're working properly. And don't forget to check those GFCI outlets, especially in the kitchen and bathrooms. If you're noticing flickering lights or frequently blown fuses, it could be a sign of electrical problems. Alright, let's talk insulation. Proper insulation is key for keeping your home comfortable year-round and saving money on your energy bills. Now, the easiest way to check the insulation is to head up to the attic. You'll want to see if the insulation is thick and evenly distributed. The R value measures the insulation's resistance to heat flow. The formula is R equals sign thickness, thermal conductivity. For example, fiberglass insulation typically has an R value of 3.1 to 3.4 per inch of thickness. However, some types, like old urea formaldehyde foam, can be problematic for homeowners due to potential health risks and degradation over time. For new homeowners, sellers, and renters, understanding the R value helps determine if their property is well insulated. Higher R values indicate better insulation, which can lead to energy savings and increased comfort. So, don't underestimate its importance. Next up, let's talk windows and doors. These are like the eyes and mouth of your home, and you want to make sure they're in good shape and properly sealed. Start by opening and closing the windows and doors to see how easily they operate. Do they stick or jam? Are the locks in good working order? Next, inspect the weather stripping around the windows and doors. Weather stripping helps to seal out drafts, moisture, and pests. Upgrading your windows and doors is a great way to improve your home's energy efficiency and curb appeal, so don't overlook these important details. Pest infestations can cause serious damage to a home, so it's crucial to be on the lookout for any signs of trouble. Start by doing a thorough walkthrough of the property, both inside and out. Look for things like droppings, gnaw marks, nests, or any other signs of unwanted guests. Pay close attention to areas like the attic, basement, crawl space, and around any food storage areas. If you see even the smallest sign of pests, it's best to call in a professional exterminator. You know what they say, location is everything. And that's definitely true when it comes to buying a home. The neighborhood you choose will have a big impact on your lifestyle, so it's important to do your research. Take some time to drive around the neighborhood at different times of day and night. What's the traffic like? Is it a safe place to walk or ride a bike? Are there parks, shops, and restaurants nearby? These are all things to consider. You can also check out the local schools even if you don't have kids. Good schools tend to boost property values. Last but not least, let's talk property taxes. These can vary widely from one location to the next, and they can have a big impact on your monthly mortgage payment. Be sure to factor in the property tax rate when you're calculating your housing budget. You can usually find this information on the county assessor's website or by contacting a local real estate agent. It's also important to find out if there are any potential property tax increases on the horizon. Well, that's it for today, folks. I hope you found these quick tips helpful. Remember, buying a home is a big decision, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. By taking the time to do your homework and ask the right questions, you can make the process smoother and more enjoyable. And who knows, you might even find a few projects along the way to unleash your inner fixer-upper. Most importantly, don't be afraid to trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more essential home buying tips.